In this episode, we're visited by Zinn Skenektikus Gardeen, the 9,000th, or thereabouts. He's the current descendant of our original prophet from the mountain, the future civilization where we're worshipped as gods.
Zinn updates us on the latest happenings on the mountain. For instance, they added an Uncle Tammy store and a green area for the doggies to make poop in. Oh, and they also discovered sex.
So roll up your towel into a pillow, lean back, and
prepare to learn about the eternal rotation and what it takes for a prophet to be demoted to probationary status.
Shut up and sit down.
Welcome once again to the Hitchhikers and Appetizers podcast, coming to you from booth 42 here at Millyways, the restaurant at the end of the universe. I am a portion of your hosting team. I am Horatio Zinn, and here with me, as always, a poet. Trellis Gardeen is here. You can bounce things off his face.
Nobody's bouncing anything off my face. I'm just going to put that out there right now.
I just wanted to put out the invitation.
But thank you. Thank you for considering me to be a portion of the show. If we were to divvy up the show, I think we would look like one of those plates that has the sections on it to put different types of food.
I would be the immense piece of chocolate brownie there in the corner that takes up a good almost 2/3 of the whole thing.
I don't know if you'd be a brownie. I'm just talking about actual space.
Oh, okay. I didn't know. I was thinking it might be an apple brown penny or could be banana pudding.
I'm the sexy side dish.
You're not the cheap corn they throw in there just because it's.
I am not the filler taking up the main part of the plate. I am there to add some good-looking, semi-nutritious value.
Oh, so you'd be like the glazed carrots.
Yes.
Oh, how attractive that is.
Mm-hmm.
And then you taste them and it's just glazed carrots.
Yeah, looks good on the outside, very visually appealing, little to nothing on the inside.
Yes. What a wonderful combination.
Mm-hmm.
Our dedicated listeners may be aware that at least once a season we have a visit from a very
special guest.
Just some background in the universe.
Yes.
That erupts, or I don't know if it actually erupted.
Born
results from the to the destruction of our current universe. Another universe arises called the Mountain, and in that universe we are worshipped
as is appropriate.
Yes, as is appropriate. And so once again we have a visit from one of the denizens of this society, Zinn Skenektikus Gardeen.
You will never guess it. You try and guess it and you won't guess it right because you will not guess it.
Oh, it's a challenge. He threw down the glove.
First was 3,000. The second was 6,000. The third, you'll never guess it.
I'm going to wager it's the 9,000.
The second visit, it was the 6,000 through the 6,007th.
Yes.
Quite a few iterations popping out.
Yes, lots of loyalty being displayed.
I'm going with somewhere between the 8 and 9,000.
I'm going with 9,000 just for the pattern. Oh no, he seems troubled.
Did he forget what number he is?
Oh, do I say it now? Do I say?
If you'd like, I thought that you were upset because we guessed it.
No, well, you did guess it. You guessed it on the nose. It's just that you both guessed different things, and I'm a little worried about sharing the answer and what will happen to me.
Well, I just be aware that I am benevolent, but also very sensitive.
Which one of us do you think would dish out a harsher punishment?
Ooh, good question. Be careful of your answer. I'm very sensitive.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, it is definitely. You are right. It is between 8,000 and 9,000.
But closer to 9,000, I assume, because that's what I guessed.
Well, you just said it was between 8,000 and 9,000, which means it can't be 9,000 because that is what Horatio guessed.
No.
And between implies
This is getting worse.
not 8,000 and not 9,000.
Worse. Oh,
But something in between.
I have such a stomachache.
Zinn, did Gary put you up to this? The Pro Trellis Gary.
Yes.
That Gary. Oh, Gary. When will you ever learn, Gary? Davy is the one. He is pro Horatio. So.
Gary, I appreciate your work. Pro Trellis.
I will tell Gary that you said so.
Will you tell him exactly? We
Well, I mean, he'll hear it on the podcast. I mean,
yes.
I mean, he'll never believe me.
Eventually, the word will come down to the mountain. Or up to, would it be up to the mountain?
Or you just there at the mountain, will just come to a different room in the mountain.
In the universe's history, most religions seem to be brought down from the mountain. So I think we're blazing a new trail.
Yeah.
The word will go up the mountain.
Yeah, in recent news, we have managed to gather enough hamburger meat to round out our planet.
Oh.
So we have enough surface area to have the apartment, and then a little green for the doggies to go poop-poop.
Wait, you have doggies?
Yeah, that was...
I'm fine with it. I just want to know if we decreed it.
Oh, you're fine with it. Yes. No, I don't think you decreed. Somebody apparently was really upset, and they shoved a little doggy out of the trash tube at the back of the restaurant at the end of the universe, and the doggy managed to stay alive all the way through to... Oh, Trellis! Oh, Horatio! Oh, puppy!
Was that the dog singing it, or you?
That was me just now. The doggy's not here. That was just me.
You totally switched up on me.
When I get overly excited, I can't help but sing. It wasn't actually related.
I understand. That's something that all the Zinn Skenektikus Gardeen seem to share is this impulsive singing.
We do. The worst part is at the height of orgasm, it's often just that's the song, so you are brought up.
You are supposed to be saying my name during that part.
I have a question to throw in here in a moment about this whole...
Because that's the ultimate expression, and I think my name should definitely be the only thing that's said. I expect you to.
Now, my question is, considering that you reproduced asexually, and then you talk about orgasm, and it just immediately brings to mind the question of, is there anyone else to hear you singing when you orgasm, or is it just you and yourself?
Oh, very funny. Well, we are very, very close.
Oh, I'm just trying to be technical. I'm just a god who's curious.
I see. Well, our apartment, not very big. You shake the walls with anything that you do around our place. We're only about 3 to 4 feet from each other at any given time. So pretty much anything that you do, or anyone that you do, it's overheard. This may be new to you. We just recently discovered sex ourselves.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad to hear you're advancing as a species.
Yes.
Thank you. There was no need for us to have sex. It doesn't really help out with us making more.
No, you're just bursting from your chest, the next version of yourself.
Which is just a beautiful, beautiful ceremony. If you haven't, actually, it's not. But I wanted to say it was.
Frankly, I'd like to take credit. I'm just going to take credit for that right now. That we have created an very advanced universe that started off, that introduced sex as a form of pleasure and not reproduction. Why get the whole reproduction messiness into it when you could just be having fun?
Yeah, it's just happened. Yes, exactly. It's purely empty sex. And I think that's lovely that we could bestow that upon you.
Well, and it's caused problems because sex being around has introduced dating around the apartment, and it's messy.
So have you ever considered the hookup method instead?
Yeah, we've had enough iterations of our bloodline at this point in time to have tried just about everything. And when I say everything, I mean woo!
Oh, everything.
Woo!
Is there any...
Woo!
One of these stories sounds like it could be part of one of Uncle Tammy's tawdry tales.
Ooh.
We opened up a store based on her.
Oh, Uncle Tammy's store?
Yeah. We live on a planet the size of an apartment, so there's not a whole lot of real estate for such a thing.
Did someone have to move out of their room in order to make room for the Uncle Tammy store?
Yeah, and whenever one person moves out of a room, it displaces another person who displaces another person, and eventually displaces the first person. So it's an ever-cycling displacement. So we opened up the store, and everyone keeps moving apartments. And you have to ask friends to help you move, and you know who they're going to be.
Of course, it's the same other 5 people. So you rotate who sleeps on the couch, or I'm just fascinated about where you sleep.
Well, nobody ever sleeps. We never stop moving apartments.
Oh, you never stop moving.
We haven't actually taken a break yet.
Why would you need to sleep if you only live for 45 minutes in the first place? There's really...
Because you're lazy?
Well, that is true.
Or you want to conserve energy for those final 5 minutes?
Nothing but power naps.
Yes.
Not a second to lose. Yeah.
Oh, the Uncle Tammy's store. I'm fascinated by that. That's something. If I were ever to come to the mountain... Oh, you should bring the mountain here.
No, I don't think we should do it. You never bring all of your worshipers to meet you. One prophet is really the best way to go.
Well, that's disappointing, because the reason I'm here today, I traveled to see if you guys would like to have like a site visit.
An inspection?
Oh.
If you guys want to just check in, an inspection, we've tidied everything up really well. I mean, as much as you can tidy something that never stops moving from room to room.
Also, did you ever get the chore wars? Were those ever settled? So because that might lead to someone being able to actually clean.
Well, we have stopped eating and we have stopped sleeping during the eternal rotation.
Yes, the eternal rotation.
The eternal rotation. So having the store was probably the worst and best thing we could have done for ourselves. The sex is great, but everything else just is taking a back seat to moving, because you got to move and then you got to see if you can get your security deposit back. But who did that come from, right? I mean,
no, especially if they use a blue light or something in there with all that sex.
Oh no. No. Ooh.
Now, I think the Uncle Tammy store should probably have some good items for promoting sexual congress, I would assume. With the pole and
The reclining seats.
reclining seats, yes.
Well, I'll tell you, we did have the arrival of a blue light flashlight. Apparently that was also shoved out the chute around the same time as the dog. So I'm not sure if they're connected with one another. It's a urine light. I don't know if you guys have urine where you're from.
We do, but
We don't like it, but we have. I think every race has some form of urine.
Well, we don't have that on our planet. We are strictly solids. But we did turn on the blue light to see what we could see, and it turns out that when you build a planet completely out of old hamburger meat and diamonds, everything glows.
Fascinating.
I would imagine it puts a lot of light.
Yes. Yes.
Strobing disco effect.
With a little bit of a choral kind of thing.
That's right, and that's what led to our discovery of sex.
Yes, that's what I thought.
It's amazing what the lighting and things can be.
Yes, mood lighting can be a powerful force.
Do you have any roommates in there who actually speak with a very low, rumbling voice? A bit almost like a square dancing call, except for it's about sex. Oh yes, I'm going to. I just went off on that. I just imagined that sound.
Hey, Horatio, stop exciting it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm going to pull back on that.
Yeah.
Have you ever had someone ice freaking?
Trellis.
I knew it.
Oh,
I knew it was coming.
Horatio.
Oh.
Trellis.
You know what?
Oh, Horatio.
I would clean. I don't want to use one of my towels to clean that out.
I do not.
I assume you have a towel.
Grab a napkin with you.
Napkin, several layers of napkins, and you need it. I'm sure you look. The afterglow is a bit disturbing.
Anybody have a cigarette?
This is a non-smoking section. I'm sorry.
Oh boy.
So,
well,
apparently not the non-orgasming section.
To be a philanderer on our planet means, at least once a minute.
Oh.
Ooh, wow.
I mean, otherwise, it's just a sexless marriage.
You just have to have them all lined up there in a row.
When would you have time to actually perform a marriage in 45 minutes?
I guess we haven't caught up, have we?
No. Do you have marriages?
Sure. Marriages? After we started dating and we started having empty sex, people just started to judge that empty sex as being, surely there's something better and deeper. So people would start to get.
No.
Oh, no spoilers, Trellis. No spoilers.
Too late. Oh. God tells you that there's no reason to be married, I guess.
Oh, we hadn't even gotten that far. Let's move on to you telling us about. Then we can tell you how wrong it is.
I just don't want an entire sub-industry of wedding planners and catering to spring up and.
Oh, too late.
Oh.
Oh, too late, sir. Oh, too late. I have to tell you.
Please tell us.
Paul Newman had a lot of time on his hands. And born from Paul Newman's normal altruistic behavior came the wedding planner.
Oh, that doesn't sound like altruistic behavior to me, but it seems a little... Did Paul suffer a head accident? Because that just doesn't sound like an altruist. That sounds like the opposite.
He doesn't charge for it.
Yes, but it just seems like wedding planning is a bit of a jump from being altruistic and charity and donating. Do marriages have some benefit?
Not that we have found.
I'm still very impressed with how our new universe has advanced from so little to a full-on apartment to now some green space
For the doggy to go poop poop.
to social structure
Social structure, yes.
Yeah.
of marriages.
Yeah. Well, usually the process of planning out a wedding, it takes more than 45 minutes. So we haven't actually done many actual weddings.
Some elopements, some imagine like drunken one-night stands.
We converted the top half of the bathroom into the wedding chapel.
Well, I'm glad it wasn't the bottom half.
No, the bottom half, well, that's what I think. Did you name the wedding chapel after me?
First thing I'm going to do when I get home.
Very good. Good subject.
Don't talk so deeply.
No, oh, I'm sorry. I can't help it. Perhaps get me some incredibly
need to get
spicy sauce that just will go for my sinuses.
How long? Well, actually, I don't know if I want to curse it because I just brought up
can
the
always
idea
fix it
like
in post.
with marriage there is divorce,
As you well know, Trellis.
as I well know. Some marriages
see,
aren't built to last, and there seems to be a lot of till death do you part going on right now.
Yeah.
But that may not always be the case.
Yeah, well, it is till death do you part, but we don't consider your offspring to be married to the offspring of the other person who was married to. Oh,
Let them make their own horrible decision to who to marry.
that's right. So yeah. So I mean, we have had a lot of annulled marriages, but that's mostly because there isn't time to have sex after all that planning, and you're so tired, and you think the wedding night's going to be great, but it really just.
And then you die,
Oh, and then you die right there.
and your child bursts forth. Now, there's only 6 of you, so how many combinations have there been as far as couples that are getting married or potentially getting married? And it seems like there'd be a lot of regifting.
Oh, well, okay. Well, there's Zinn, that's me, and there's Davey and Paul Newman and Gary, and then there's Pam and Sheila. So it's been awkward.
I would imagine, since Gary is following in my godlike footsteps,
Poor Gary.
he's getting a lot of proposals.
Poor misled Gary.
He's getting a lot of proposals. He is. Gary's a player. Yeah.
Gary
The
player.
unfortunate part is that he also likes the men.
That's why. Why is that unfortunate?
Well, it's unfortunate if you are a man and you are not attracted to Gary because he's just all hands all the time.
Gary's very handy.
That's probably my fault.
We have 2 women, 3 men who like women, and 1 man who likes men.
Now, is that sort of a short straw situation that the guys in the apartment have to deal with, where like someone's got to take a turn, and
Well, that's right. I mean, everybody gets married, and if you're not prepared to take one for the team,
I mean, it's only for like probably 20 minutes tops. I mean, none of you are getting married.
I mean 20 minutes tops. That's most of my life.
Oh, that's true. It's all proportionate, Charles.
I was gonna say, proportionally speaking, yes, that probably could seem like a long time.
Yeah, wow. I mean, yeah.
If memory serves, one of the, I don't know, remember if it was the first time we spoke or the second time, you mentioned that you didn't even know what genders you were. And so I assume at some point you figured it out. Now, apparently you figured it out.
Oh, sure. I mean, basically, you just rub bits of yourself all over another person's bits until eventually you're like, oh, that feels good. And then, ta-da!
I just wanted to make sure, if any of our listeners were confused about how you settled into the genders, now we know the scientific exploration of rubbing.
That sounds like a lot of trial and error.
Yeah, well, and we're very fluid.
Literally fluid?
Or mostly fluids. I think most beings are mostly fluids.
That's true. That's how we move.
Well, it's about time for me to die. Just checking my.
Wait, what?
Is it already?
It took me a while to get here. Customs.
We haven't even had you sacrifice yourself yet.
True.
Oh, I mean, we might, if you'd like, might as well. I'm gonna die anyway.
Your previous iterations have all fallen on their metaphorical sword for us.
So is it time to see if you're allergic to shrimp?
Oh, what a great way to go.
I'm very curious to see if the shrimp allergy, how long that, because it didn't affect all of your forebears.
Forebears. You tricked me with that last time, but I'm not falling for it again.
Yes, I remember how excited you got about the forebears. I remember how excited you got about the forebears.
So sure, shrimp me up.
Where's the shrimp? I actually happen to have some. I have some left over from your last appearance.
Oh, good. Really?
They're so
really
gray.
old.
Like scientific. I want to make sure because otherwise it wouldn't be scientific. We just use different pieces of shrimp. Yeah, let's just get it closer and closer.
These are the control shrimp.
This is control. Yes. They're very controlled. They are very dormant.
Oh, these are for me. These are for
Yes,
me.
it's more of a test.
Well, I feel weird eating anything when I know I could make a balcony out of it or more green walkie for the poop poops.
Walkies for the poop poops.
But I mean, if you want me
this
to,
this
I'll...
is a direct order.
Yes.
Oh, then
eat it,
this is happening,
if you will.
This is happening.
Yes,
It's
you're
gonna-
eating
it's
it
gonna-
right now.
Yeah, just to go.
No, you have to in your mouth. There you go. Now watching to see if there's an effect.
Oh, it's so good. It tastes like I thought a shrimp would taste after being left unrefrigerated for a long
I don't know what
time.
it's been marinated with in there.
All right, there he goes. Yep.
Oh. And 5, 4, 3, 2, pop. Oh, so satisfying to watch.
It is.
And I like how he stood far enough away that we didn't get any of him on us.
Well, I like that he turned to allow his new self to spring forth away from the.
He knows to explode into his elbow. He knows to.
It's getting so much easier. When he first started coming around, that first visit was so messy, so in need of some structure, and now I feel like we got this down.
Yeah. Oh, and look here emerging is his John Bon Jovi, his child. This is Zinn Skenektikus Gardeen. Well, we didn't get an exact number.
If he's the 9,000th, he could be putting you in the right.
Oh yeah. So he's Zinn. Okay, this will be the 9,000.
Well, maybe, I don't know. Hello, Zinn.
Hello.
What number are you?
9,001st.
Oh, I won.
Wait, that means the 9,000th was the previous. So you were right.
I forgot. Birthing tired my brain out, and I forgot that I was keeping that to myself.
Yes.
So you lied. You lied to me.
I did,
You
but
lied
only
to me.
because I feared.
You lied.
I,
So you know what? You know what you can do?
what?
You can eat another shrimp. That's what I think.
Oh.
Punishment,
Oh.
wrath from not so afar. Because I'm actually
Just
right here.
pass me the bowl, I guess.
Zinn Skenektikus Gardeen, the
Eat it.
9,001st.
Transgressions are-
I'm not giving you your 45 minutes.
There it is.
We're just going right to the 9,002nd.
We're going straight to that. Yeah. Let me make sure to make note of that.
No orgasms for you, 9,001. Wait. Hey.
Doesn't seem to be having an effect.
Those are really good.
He's enjoying. He's enjoying it. He's
Really?
just enjoying it.
Whoa!
Horatio,
Wow!
is he getting...
Yes, it's swelling. The head is swelling. The head is swelling. Oh no!
Oh, Horatio!
No, that was just his mouth opening wide and
Is
free.
he- is he evolving?
Oh, Horatio!
He appears.
Is he
to be.
evolving?
I think he is. He's taller.
Wow.
Oh no!
That is fast. This is. I think we've found a new stage in the evolution.
Oh no!
He is just this trip. He evolved, so now he's like what, about 2 inches taller.
Mm-hmm.
What an amazing bit of evolution.
I'm not sure how that makes me feel.
I don't know.
I feel like
tell
I feel like I've been defied.
Have you been defied? Because he didn't die.
Yeah, I wasn't aware that I would evolve, and please don't hold it against me.
Ignorance of natural law is not an excuse.
No, you should just know these things inherently. If you really believe, if you truly believe, you would just know.
That sounds like religion.
Doesn't it? Well, that's what we were going, based on faith. Trust me, our religion comes with the as far as you know guarantee.
Not that it has to happen right now, but this, I'm angered, and I'm gonna demand some self-sacrifice. Not right now,
You can tell.
but at some point.
I'll do it right now if you want. I mean,
No. We still need a full episode.
We're getting close. We're getting close.
how long is a full episode?
Slightly less than your entire lifespan,
Depending on how it's edited, yes.
Wow.
but depending on if we decide to make you eat shrimp, which apparently is ineffective, or should you decide to go proselytize?
Well, proselytize. The other's totally different act.
Prosthetic size.
Should you decide to go preach the gospel of Trellis and Horatio to some of the other tables, that has not always gone over so well, and ended in, as you might guess, a new edition of Zinn.
We owe it to ourselves to test that, to see if that still works.
No.
You don't want to see him go over and be beaten to death by someone at another table for reaching out.
It's not going to make me happy.
I feel like I broke things, you guys, by not being deathly allergic to rotten shrimp.
It is a disappointment. I have to admit, it is a disappointment.
You're the most disappointing Zinn Skenektikus I think we've had here in the
That's saying something.
Oh, okay. Wow.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure you deserve the prophet label.
Okay.
I don't know what I'm wondering. There should be a way for you to redeem yourself in a way that is. It's not pleasant for you. It might even be degrading.
That describes almost everything that I've ever experienced.
Very good. So you'll be used to it. I think in order, I'm trying to think of something that would cause your death and wouldn't just be embarrassing. That's the trick. I would ask you to fling yourself off this table, but it's really not very far to the floor, especially now that you've grown. The other tables, you could go over and talk to one of the other tables.
We could just strip you of your prophet duties.
But that means that just me or my descendants as well.
It depends. That's really up to you and your descendants. We're working. You might have to get back into the good graces. Could take generations.
Or maybe you just don't get. Since you are a prophet, I'm assuming you're officiating the weddings. Maybe you just don't get to do that.
Damn.
Or you might have to share a room with one of the other denizens.
Oh no! Please no.
I assume you have a room with bunk beds.
Please. Any.
I was going to say it's in a twin.
Oh no! Please.
Oh, he has to share a twin.
Why even allow him the space of a bunk bed?
Oh, that's true. I thought it might help him to work the fall might be a little less painful, but then I realized he wouldn't really learn from that unless there was lots of pain.
We expect you to learn from your mistakes.
So that is our decree for you to take back, is that you decree that you're no longer the prophet, or you are the prophet on a probationary level.
Yeah, probationary prophet.
Probationary
prophet.
Prophet. Well, I guess I'll go fling myself out of the garbage chute toward my homeworld.
That is a start, and that's actually what I was planning for you, the garbage chute.
You knew.
Garbage chute.
There is hope, though, because you knew inherently that you were going to the garbage chute. So that at least you know where you stand or where you fall.
Afloat.
Or float.
Soon. Yeah.
Just floating.
All right. Well, this has been just a real bummer. I'm gonna.
That's why we're here. We're here. It's a solemn occasion. Oh! I didn't write it. What is the dog's name? What do you name the doggy? Or how many doggies do you have?
It turns out that the doggies do not reproduce the same way. They need another doggie.
They eat another doggie?
No, they need.
Oh, I was going to say they eat another doggie to reproduce. That would make sense.
Yeah.
Way.
But these doggies live one lifespan of a doggie is apparently far above that of anyone in our race.
Oh, maybe the dog. Would it be possible to bring one of the doggies around next? I think the doggie might be a good prophet.
Yes, they've got
with that length of life. I think that might be longevity.
But I don't
it's
want
something to think about.
I also don't want them to mistake the dog for a god.
No, because it's easy to do because you just flip those letters around.
Right.
Exactly.
Dog god, god dog.
But that does speak to it being a prophet.
That's true. That's true. So it's just something to think about. Something to think about. Maybe that's a new thing, is the dog prophet.
All right. Well, I just feel like I'm just gonna go ahead and go. I'm just gonna go ahead and
What did you learn? Did
you learn?
Something?
yeah. Don't open your mouth. Is
Yes.
And don't share. Authenticity is bad, and you'll always be punished for things that you have no control over, like adapting to rotten shrimp.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. Evolution is no excuse.
So you be you, unless somebody doesn't like you, in which case it is incorporated into the religion.
Let's be more specific. It's you be you unless the gods don't like what you're doing. Other opinions don't really matter, including your own.
Yeah. I don't want to go out on a low note, though. I got a solid,
hey,
got a tight 5 minutes of stand-up if you guys want to hear it.
If you want to go out on a high note, you can just sing our song on the way out.
Oh, that would be lovely. That would be
Not
lovely to
a
hear
problem.
the Doppler.
Well, it
effect.
has been great to speak with both of you.
As it should be.
Trellis.
Yes.
Oh, Horatio.
There we go. Oh, there he goes, flushing him
Oh, yes.
out the garbage chute.
To the garbage chute.
And it's not really finished. It does not finish for me until we see him come back around and there he is. We see him on the dome, outside of the dome,
Floating away majestically. On his way back. On his way back.
Oh, look at that. He almost. The moment when you wonder, will he survive the trip back? How does he do that? We should ask him about that sometime. How he survives the trip back through space. Apparently, just lots of lung power.
Thank you for joining us for Hitchhikers and Appetizers. And of course, special thanks goes to our guest, Zinn Skenektikus Gardeen, the 9,000th or so. I have been Trellis Gardeen.
And I continue to be Horatio Zinn. Until next time, keep your towels clean. And even if most leading experts claim that your theological argument is a load of dingo's kidneys, you can still write a successful series of books using it as your central theme. So don't panic. Everything you heard in this episode was improvised, but not everything improvised was heard. This episode of Hitchhikers and Appetizers featured the voice talents of Mike Gorgone as Trellis Gardeen, Bran Peacock as Horatio Zinn, and Jim Karwisch as Zinn Skenektikus Gardeen, the 9,000th or so. Finally, Hitchhikers and Appetizers is part of the Improv in Action Network. Check out other great improvised podcasts and projects at improvinaction.com. If you'd like to reach out to Trellis or Horatio, you can send electronic messages to them at our Galaxy address, hitchappspodcast@gmail.com. Or you can find them on Twitter with the handle hitchapps.
Shut up and sit down.